This is the wood-fired hot tub. We're going to try to get this thing up and going today. I have to look inside and see if it's frozen. There should be very little or no water in it, but we're going to check just to be sure. All right, top's a little frozen because it's been raining, but this is the tarp that sits over the lid, and that is the stove pipe. Let's see if we can open up and get to the wood stove that heats it. So looking down there, it doesn't look too bad yet. Okay, this is the wood stove. That's the firebox in there, and it's thawed out actually. Well, this may not be a bad deal after all. Anyhow, that's the wood stove. That's the stove pipe. This lid covers the firebox where you feed it, and then the stove goes in here. Or I mean the stove pipe, sorry. Okay, that's the stove pipe. It goes down into the stove. That's the lid for the stove. It's supposed to keep it dry, but looks like it didn't quite work. But the inside looks good. Got to be swept out and cleaned, but it looks like we could use this today. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. Okay, that's the drain down in the bottom, and unfortunately there is no plug in it, but it stayed dry, so we can sweep it all out and add water to it. It's got a seat there and a seat over there, but I will get it swept out and we will see if we can find a plug that'll fit that, and then I'll get the water out of the stove and we'll fill her up and give it a shot, see what happens. Okay, I got a little plug here. I think it may be too small for that hole. Looks too small. Yeah, unfortunately it's just a little bit small. I could probably stick something in around it like a baggie or something, but I'm gonna look and see if I can find another plug. There might be one in the house, but we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, one more try. We found a bigger plug. This might even be the plug that was supposed to go with it. It's pretty ratty looking, but if it works, it works. Let's take a look. That's too big. Well, I'll bring the other plug to town, and I'll bring this plug to town, and we'll see if we can find something in between. I think a plug like for a boat would be good. I think that's the way to do it. Oh well, we're gonna try something later. Luckily this isn't frozen solid. And we're gonna see if we can get it swept out. I see some rot down there along the edges. Hopefully it'll hold water. I guess we'll find out. Here we go. All right.
You're not videoing, are you?
I'm this. I'm not.
Not when I just said that, though, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't think.
I would not.
I don't think I did. Anyhow, this is the bottom cleaned out. Now onto the onto that, and get that done up. I can get a fire in there and dry it out a little more. We'll see how well it works. It's a little iffy looking, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I found something a little bigger to get the water out of this, and obviously it doesn't have a hole in it or it would be the water would have leaked out. So I apologize because I keep saying we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful that this works, but I'm not 100% positive. So take a look and see when I get this emptied. They left firewood and a little bit of everything in here, so it's taking some time. It has a couple gallons at least of water. Alright, so this is going to be the next weapon I'm going to try to use to get that water out of there. Looks like it'll fit. So I got most of it out, but there's a lot of ash and mud and stuff from the ash. I want to get as much of that out as I can, so, and then get a fire in there and dry it out. Okay, there it is, all cleaned out. About as clean as I can get it. I don't know if you can see back in there. We'll test it out and see how it works. Get a fire in there, try to dry it out. Alright, I got some firewood and stuff here real quick. A little bit of lighter fluid. We'll see if we can get a quick fire going in there just to dry it out, and then when we get back from town we will fill it up and see how it works. Okay, here we go, lighting it. Let's hope it doesn't blow up my face. Yeah, setbacks as usual. There we go. Now, see how that goes. Let's get the cover on it. You can remember where we put the cover. So far we got flames. There we go with the cover. See if we got smoke coming out. Yep, we got heat coming out of the top. Everything's drying out. So, looks good. Now if you slide this back, that gives a little vent down there, and you can't really see very well, but allows the fire to get sucked, the air to get sucked down through it and underneath the fire. We're going to do that, try to hold that heat in and see how much we can dry that out. And we'll do a part 2 so you can see once we start filling it.